Here is an example of an experiment, attosecond experiment, and this gives you a little bit of a feeling for the length scale of such an experiment. It's not an enormous big experiment. And what you see down here in the corner is laser light, let's say infrared laser light coming in. The laser beam is divided in two parts. One part goes to the left and then into the gas jet, where you produce attosecond pulses. The other part goes into a delay line so that you can shift the time difference between the attosecond pulses and the infrared pulses. And then you combine them on a mirror and send them into your experiment. And out comes electrons that you can observe. And this was the technique, or a similar technique, that was developed by Nobel laureate Pierre Agostini. He developed something called the rabbit technique. He could show that he could not only produce attosecond pulses, but he could also measure the width. And they turn out to be 250 attoseconds. And this experiment was done in Paris, Saclay, in 2001. Almost at the same time, the other laureate, Ferenc Krausz, developed a streaking technique, which is a little bit different, but similar principle. And he produced so-called isolated attosecond pulses, 650 in pulse width. And this was done in Vienna in 2001. And these two platforms are the existing platforms in attosecond physics up to this day. Of course, the experiments have been improved much, but it's basically these two different techniques that are in use. And the choice, rabbit, which stands for reconstruction of attosecond beating by interference of two-photon transitions. But so depending on the application, you decide, do you want to use a pulse train with the rabbit technique, or do you want to use isolated pulses with the streaking technique? And what you can see here is that you have the attosecond pulses overlap with infrared probe pulses, atom ionization, the electron coming out, and you get a signal which is a replica of an attosecond pulse. So by measuring this electronic signal, you can get an understanding of what is the pulse width.